What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to your stock market crash special Sunday edition for October the 12th, 2025, where over the next 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you exactly why you have nothing to worry about with respect to this rare earth clash with China. All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every one of you. It is Sunday around noon. Last trade on Bitcoin, 113 and change as the bulls are beginning to awaken. I know this is a day typically of rest, worship, and of course, football. But I wanted to come on and share with you basically the same thing I've been saying for the last several years. And you're listening to someone who, by the way, is 36-0 in the last 2 months. Yes, your 10 grand would be worth about 50 G's if you'd have followed my advice and taken advantage of the pinned comment below. So when this is done, get a Discord if you don't have a small biz, premium if you do. It's 50% off the first month and the second is free. Do not waste another day, another trade, another train leaving the station without you. Get involved inside the #1 stock trading Discord, which, by the way, as of now, has a 94% win rate. Average gain, 33%. Average hold, 47 days. In addition to that, we, of course, index 2/3 for retirement. And I'm telling you right fucking now, the fake trade war low of 400 on the Qs is not going to be revisited anytime soon. In fact, getting south of 500 is going to be nearly impossible. To start off with, let me remind everybody, we are in the midst of the greatest secular bull market in human history. Since 2017, I've been saying flying cars and trips to motherfucking Mars. And any and everything that takes place between now and 2035 is fake. A fake demolition designed to enrich the hidden hand, and they use the fake news to scare you out of your house, your home, your cars, your crypto, your 401k. It's fucking fake. Trump is doing nothing more than trying to gain leverage with his meeting with Xi about 2 weeks from now. And they're doing the same with us. We try to ration the supply chain with respect to semiconductors and computers. Why the fuck can't they do it with rare earths? That's the only thing that's going on here. It's called two heavyweight fighters trying to gain leverage in front of a major meeting in a couple of weeks. So support levels with respect to the Qs. We breached the 50-day moving average of 584. We hit 582 and change. We closed 589 above the 50-day. If we retest that tomorrow and or Tuesday, you've got major support at 575. You've got another major support level at 551. I don't think it's going down that low. I think this is going to be over before it even gets started. But if it somehow does last, and it would be unprecedented to have a 30% drawdown just a few months ago, followed by another demolition of 10 to 20%, I don't fucking think so. This is nothing more than jockeying for position. This is an opportunity because as of 2 days ago, Wednesday, we were 60% cash after racking up 36 fucking wins in a row. And by close of business on Friday, I was down to 5% cash. So if you want to know the 7 stocks I was buying aggressively across the board and not a single one of them is down more than 2 or 3% for we own them, it's pinned in the top comment. Stop wasting time. Stop sitting there with your unlubricated thumb stuck up your fucking ass. In fact, since the last video, DVLT explodes, it went up another 80%. That was a 6-bagger from where we started buying it, and I gave it to you for free at 38 cents. And while the peacocks and the ungratefuls, and we got some of them inside the Discord, will tell you I sold the stock along with DFLI and PALI, another 2 stocks that quadrupled from where we were buying them, we've made far too much money. So much money, in fact, that guys like myself are having major trouble paying our taxes. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you'll listen to me, you'll not only make money, but you'll get fucking rich in the next 5 or 10 years before we have the crash of a lifetime. Simply put, this is 1990. based on demographics. Back then, it was the boomers and the internet that Al Gore invented. Now it's the millennials and Gen Z, which are twice as large as the boomers were, combined with AI. And according to Goldman Sachs, AI will be 3 times as powerful as the internet. And by the way, when we finally crashed and had a secular rollover in March of 2000, when the NASDAQ went down 89%, coincidentally the same drawdown as the 1929 crash with the Dow, which took 25 years to get back to even, it wasn't until 1954 that secular demolition righted itself. And you had another boom in terms of birth rate coming out of World War II. The same thing applied from the depths of hell of 2009, when the third major secular bull market, post-World War II, 80s and 90s, and now lasted 27 and 26 years respectively. You can't wreck or stop a secular trend. So I don't give a fuck what they say over the news this morning, tomorrow afternoon, or for the rest of the week heading into that meeting. It means nothing over the medium to long term. You've got the 10-year back to 405%. You got oil under 60 at 58 a barrel. And as I'm talking to you right now, you're at 113.5, the middle of the range from where we broke out at 100K back in May and topped out recently at 126. This is nothing more than jockeying for position. This is your opportunity to get long before the secular strong or seasonally strong, fourth quarter. The real correction, if we're going to get one, in my opinion, is going to be in the first quarter of this coming year. And it'll be just like the last one during the fake trade war and every other fucking sell-off or drawdown since the depths of hell in 2009. A buying opportunity. AI is in the top of the second, if that. When we peaked in 2000, the internet was more than a decade old. AI is barely 2 or 3 years old. We're in something called narrow AI, where AI solves a narrow problem. We're about to go into AGI, and then something called superintelligence. And then the singularity, where AI becomes more powerful, smarter, roughly 2045, they estimate, than human beings. And while there will be billions of people unemployed in the next 10 years, you're also going to have the ability, among other things, in my opinion, to live to be 200, 300 years old. They're going to be able to strap children born in the next few years. Even old fucks like myself will be able to go into a doctor's office as a 75-year-old man and walk out as a 25-year-old. Yeah, it's going to be a freak show, but it's going to become the norm. You have to read up on what's going on with Interlink, DeepMind, and others. They're basically going to be able to rewire your DNA back to whatever age that you want. And yeah, it's going to be a la carte. For example, 25 was the time of my life. I was fucking everything in sight. I was living in South Florida, smoking, drinking, never thinking. If I could roll back to any age, it'll be that. And before I'm dead and gone in the next 40 years, that's going to happen. By the same token, we're going to have billions of people unemployed as a result of being replaced by AI. And 10 years from now, when we get the secular rollover and the millennials and Gen Z start to retire like the boomers did in 2000, you combine that with a bankrupt Social Security system and $60 trillion in debt unless Trump does something fancy with Bitcoin, along with declining birth rates. Houston, we're going to have a motherfucking problem. By then, we'll be out of most of, if not all of our stock, own some of that money in terms of the inverse ETFs like SQQ. I could keep going on, but it's Sunday, and the Cowboys are about to get their third win and win the NFC motherfucking East because the Eagles are imploding. So let's finish this video, shall we? In closing, and I would appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget the link below. Get in now before this madness is over and we get a seasonally strong push into the end of the year. You cannot stop a freight train with billions of millennials and Gen Z worldwide investing, spending at twice the rate the boomers did in 1990 to 2000. The productivity gains of AI, and we're just in the second inning. We still have what I just mentioned a few minutes ago. It's not even close to maturity. Back in the 1990s, late ones in particular, you had 200 and 300 PEs with no earnings. Right now, NVIDIA, as of the recording of this video, only has a 26 forward PE on next year's earnings. Walmart and Costco are at 40 times earnings because some of the dumb retail crowd is convinced that the end of the world is upon us. Wrong. We're going up 4, 5, 6, 700% in the NASDAQ, and even more than that with respect to coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum in the next 10 years. Do not get sucked into believing it's all over, because it ain't. And you must remember, as I said to start this video, and by the way, did you see someone made 150 million shorting Bitcoin and Ethereum? Who was that? I hate to say it, but the current administration is as, if not more crooked than any other with respect to insider trading. Was it a 3-letter agency that started shorting 48 hours before that tweet and stopped 1 minute before Trump tweeted about the rare earth spat? 1 minute they stopped with their last short sale. 1 fucking minute. You can search it on YouTube. Who is that? A son? An affiliation with DJT and or Truth Social? Was it the FBI, the CIA? Was it the insiders known as Marjorie Taylor Greene and Nancy Pelosi on the other side of the aisle? Who the fuck was that? It wasn't your average Joe going short at all-time highs. The Qs were dancing at 613. You were at 120 and change on Bitcoin. Who had the balls to go 70 million short and stop with that fucking short sale 1 minute before Trump announced the spat and the 100% tariffs? It's fake. Every ounce of bullshit that goes on in the next 10 years is fake. They're trying to steal everything you own for pennies on the dollar. You got to remember that whoever runs this world, and Trump's on the front end of representing that clan, they want everything, more money, more power, more control than you could ever imagine. And whatever they have to do every single year to scare you out of your fucking fortune, they'll do it. And until next time, always remember that I love you. I really do. And I hope on this Sunday afternoon that you finally click that link below so I can help you and your family make more money than you ever dreamed possible.